Hi, I'm Sherry House. My husband is Dan. We have three kids, Brady, Cole, and Ethan. And Ethan was lost in the cornfield in October, and that's what I was going to talk about after that night of shock. So we were stunned, panicked, shocked, scared, and thankful. We were thankful for the people that God put in our house. Literally, Nicole, Ruth, Heidi, our parents, and Nicole's whole family came so early to help us that their vehicles got trapped after so many other vehicles arrived. They just couldn't leave. Each person's gift was displayed: teaching, calming, kid organizing, kid protecting, food patrol, strategizing, communicating. Each had their specialty. They helped because we were exhausted, both physically and emotionally. Dan was physically and mentally after running through more woods, fields, and swampy areas than he had ever had in mere hours. We were still in disbelief that they had called a search party together. We couldn't believe he was actually farther than the shed or even the neighbor's house. I messaged only a few, but faith in God's love brought an unbelievable amount of carrying people out. We are so thankful that someone called them to help for some reason. We felt the feeling of support and love for our little guy. It wasn't actually just for our little guy, it was larger than that. Caring people wanted to help, walking beside others, coming together with one focus, putting all of their differences aside for one mission: finding Ethan. It felt awesome when we kept seeing bus after bus of people on this same mission, restoring our faith that there were so many good people out there. Before we even knew what was needed, God brought people there to take care of it. Coffee, snacks, food, and water showed up, reminding us that there are so many good people that care, was reassurance that only good could come of this. When he was found, he completely trusted that someone would find him. He was just waiting. When the sun was still up, his thinker brain told him to sit, and he continued to wait through the night. The whole event took a toll on people, especially our family. The feeling of exhaustion, shock, and holding it together permeated our family. Luckily, it was MEA for a bit of much-needed family time, trying to get back to normal. We had eye appointments, got groceries, and that's about all we felt up to. It was tiring. I only had energy for the essential daily tasks: quickly weeding out the baking, the organizing, helping others, socializing, my soap making, crafting, even trying new recipes, getting my grading done nightly. In favor, I did it to maintain just the essentials for our family: laundry, meals, and sleep. Having known of this exhaustion for others, I recognized that it was temporary. But for how long? It seemingly went longer than I had planned, that's for sure. Exhaustion seemed to take over for everyone. With early bedtimes and tough mornings, the weeks went on, thinking about baking or making soap someday when I felt more energy. Nicole was my angel sent to help ease the feelings I was having but couldn't put into words. She handled what only God knows I needed before I wanted to even admit I needed it. I wasn't used to being helped. I was used to being the helper and doing things for others. So when my friend Nicole said she would bring supper over if we needed, I thought we were fine. We're always fine, but she insisted. Also, knowing how it feels when others don't want something I've offered, I accept it. And it felt good, actually, to be helped. Not being independent was tough, but being loved by God's helpers felt good. Even now, some days are still stressful as well. Never the same kind of stress, but some days Ethan still has a strong need to cuddle his dog, even when the mood isn't shared by Remington. The feeling of having him stay close when we are out in public. He was and is an independent kid who is very comfortable exploring a bit farther away than I may be comfortable with. Even when I can see him, I fear others will judge that it's too far for Ethan to be. What if I dress him in his hand-me-down camouflage clothes? Will I be judged that he shouldn't be wearing that? We've been trying this, though, with great success. Do I still worry how he walks home off the bus? Every day. The conversation has now turned to ask, has everyone made it to the house safely? And I am that lady that drives the minivan that's waiting too long at the intersection for it to be completely clear. I just keep thinking, we had too close of a call to losing a child. There's no chance. Yeah, there's no reason to chance it again, so I will let you wait behind me. Many times these feelings happen more often when we are out and about in public. At home, often it feels just normal and we forget what has happened. He still is just a brother and son at home, but when we are out, he's Ethan. Unless he pulls out his cornfield card. A few times. When he's wanted something that we continue to say no to, he claims, "I was lost in the cornfield. I should get whatever." But these feelings are not just at our house. I saw it when we were at a friend's house we hadn't ever been to. I hadn't seen Ethan in a while, so we went searching for him in their house. Sooner than it should have, it turned into others frantically searching and clearing rooms until we found him. Hiding in the closet. He was just playing hide and seek like the other kids his age. But then I felt guilt for having him not get to enjoy a game freely that so many enjoy because Ethan is now being Ethan. Every day, we and he are reminded by something or someone about Ethan's experience. He just says things casually about driving past cornfields, or about our dog, or about other people's dog. He notices Kelly Clarkson on TV. He notices YouTube. He talks about his cornfield clothes. He talks about the sounds he heard that night when we sit outside at night. His journal stories that he writes at school. The pictures he draws at lunch. Sounds of cars and animals that he hears outside are like that night. He just has so many analogies of things that he remembers to that night. When we were just putting on a new zip-up sweatshirt this week as the temperature got warmer outside, he looked at me and he said, "This isn't my cornfield sweatshirt, Mom." He remembers so many details about that night. His lunch choices even. When he eats the corn dog because he was in the cornfield with his dog. He still walks up to strangers, introducing himself by saying, "Hi, I'm Ethan. I was lost in the cornfield." However, Ethan hasn't lost his spirit. He's still outgoing and adventurous. He's still overly loving of so many people, handing hugs to so many people when he sees or meets them. He isn't fazed when he isn't able to see someone that he knows. He's still completely trusting that he will be kept safe because he has faith like a child. When someone once asked him who was in the field with him, he replied, "God and my dog." Thank you.